Be a tulip. Sam, how's it going? What's new? Two things. First of all, I have found my scenario. I locked the main characters, the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. I started the process of writing, brainstorming back in November 2024, and today, after 8 months, I can finally say that I know what I want this story to be. What I will tell you now is that it's about a soon-to-be dad who needs to confront nature itself in order to save his family. I always knew I wanted this story to be about nature and the environment, but also about the human nature. The reason why it took me so long to come up with this scenario is that I couldn't find the right angle to attack it. A story about the human nature sounded like such a deep topic. I was drawn to the challenge, but I had no idea where to start. And it showed. I personally like stories that feel big but are actually small. But somehow every scenarios I was writing ended up with the characters saving the whole world and very complex ecological realities, and it's like my heart wanted a big story, but the only way my brain knew how to achieve it was by raising the stakes. Suddenly the whole world was gonna burn in flames, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and out of control, totally out of control. So I was quickly disconnecting myself from these huge unrelatable stories, and after a period of foggy writing that felt just like a huge struggle, I would let go of the idea and get right back to square one with nothing. It was clear I needed a break. Instead of frantically looking for answers, I would just slow down and let the obvious answers appear. Then after a while, I started asking myself, instead of the whole world being at stake, what if it was one person's world being at stake? Then I started attaching to my characters values I personally care about. Family, the environment, and suddenly the story was writing itself. Everything was flowing once I realized that I didn't have to create a whole new foundation for the story. I could work from what I already knew. The more I write from a perspective I can identify with, the easier it is. And that's why I ended up creating a solid character with a story that feels believable by letting go of what the story could be and latching on to what the story needed to be. Isn't that pretty? This is actually my girlfriend's ceramic company, WIT. And now, for the other exciting news. I will be giving a talk at this year's Lightbox Expo in October. The talk is about making a 2D animated feature film, from the first spark of an idea to a full pitch-ready concept. Be a Tulip will be used as an example on finding inspiration, staying consistent, and how to use social media to attract the right eyes on the project. I definitely want to be ready for this presentation, but Be a Tulip is not quite presentation ready, and so I have to work. But I like this healthy pressure. I mean, it gives me a goal and a reason to stay consistent. So stay tuned, as I will have a full pitch ready concept before October. I promise.